I am going to do what I call coffee shop makeup. Go get a little cup of coffee, and so I don't want to do full makeup, but it's usually something that I'll just sort of put on in like 10 minutes before I head out the door to look a little cute, a little bit cuter. Let me go ahead and grab what I use for my base. Okay, so I've zoomed in a little here. I'm gonna be using the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Nude Glow. I'm pretty sure this is in the shade Fair, but the shade rubbed off a long time ago. And then the way that I like to do my base is a way that I learned from Wayne Goss. Amazing channel. Wayne, if you're watching this, not that you would, I love you, you're amazing. So the way that Wayne Goss recommends applying liquid foundation is to add it in very, very thin layers and really like buff it into the skin. So that's what I'm gonna do. A little pump on my hand, and then I usually just go like this. Add my little dots. This looks a little bit more yellow on camera, but it's actually really good. I like that this is so sheer. This is really light coverage, but it does cancel out any redness that I have, which is really nice. So, all right, I'm gonna. And so this is what he recommends doing, is just putting like a tiny bit on and then working that in really well. I make this weird face when I do my chin. I'm sure everyone does. All right. Let's see. Now, we're having kind of a good skin day here, so I might not really do that much more. I will do a little bit in between my eyebrows. And I'm just gonna do that really super light. To just barely get it on there. And then I guess I'll just do a tiny bit more. All right, I think that's done for me. I personally never like to add any kind of foundation or really any coverage on my forehead, just because I found that, you know, I'll think, oh, my forehead looks good today, but I'll put a little bit of makeup on it. But my forehead is just a little bit more textured than the rest of my face, and so whenever I put any product on it, I feel like it just immediately looks worse. So I just skip it altogether. Okay, now moving on to blush. I'm just gonna use this little sample that I have. It's the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Blush in Provence. All right, it's kind of this nice little brick shade, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pop that bad boy on there. And this just gives a really nice, like, all over flush. I usually have to be kind of careful with the blush, just because I naturally have just sort of very low like cheek sockets, and so sometimes it can feel like it's just emphasizing that too much. But I don't mind this because it's more like I've just been out like running, and maybe I'm like, I'll put a little bit of this on my forehead. Okay, this is gonna end up being a much rosier look than I intended, but we're gonna make it work. All right, well, we may have just completely changed the color of our face by accidentally adding way too much blush, but you gotta roll with the punches. When you have no idea how to do your makeup on camera, that'll happen sometimes. So I'm done with that. I'm gonna wipe this off my hand. Okay, it's not that bad. It's kind of giving sun-baked in the dead of winter. Like maybe we went on a trip somewhere. Moving on, I will very often totally skip my under eye concealer because I don't know, I used to be really insecure about the dark circles under my eyes, and I used to be really insecure about these hits in between my nose and my eyes, basically right where my fingers are. And so I would cover them up so much, which wasn't necessarily a bad look. So I don't know, when I look back on pictures from that time, I don't hate it, but I'm not always trying to recreate it. That being said, just in celebration of figuring out how to work a camera and recording a video, I'm just gonna do whatever I feel like. So I'm gonna do a little bit of concealer today, especially because this is the Maybelline Fit Me. I love this. I love this so much. It's perfect. I am gonna go ahead and pop a little concealer onto these little hollows where I naturally get a lot of shadows, and then just a little bit over here. There we go. And I usually don't use concealer that's like a whole lot lighter than my skin tone. I prefer to have it be more kind of a more natural toned down under eye, just because sometimes when I have a super bright under eye, it's one of those things where some days I feel snatched, and then some days I'm like, oh my god, I look absolutely insane. Let's see. It took me so long to figure out how to properly like blend in here without totally messing up any like product that was on my nose bridge. Just really like jamming it in there. Okay, let me check my other mirror. All right, there we go. She's cute. All right, so I want to just do a little bit on my brows, mainly fixing this one because my brows are kind of whack right now. They're a little overgrown and overplucked at the same time, so you know what I mean? I am just gonna take this like taupey eyeshadow onto this brush, which already has dark eyeshadow on it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and fill that in. I'm just gonna do a quick little pop. No. There we go. Okay. She's better. Just a little bit on the tip, and then I have tried to do the snatched like brow where it goes up like that, and it's like, embrace your natural quirks of your face and what looks good on you. Just embrace it. So like, I know that I'm always gonna love a nice long tail, nice curve. All right, so brows are done. Moving on to the eyes. So far, this little mini palette from e.l.f. has been so good, especially when I'm just grabbing random shit out of my drawer and I like want something that's like super quick. This is, oh, mwah, amazing. Okay, so I remember this is Rose Water. This is the Rose Water palette. I didn't remember in my last video. And by last video, I mean an absolute train wreck on filming on my laptop because anyway. So let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit. All right, so I have, you know, kind of hooded eyes if I look straight on, but I also have a pretty strong, you know, fold, eyebrow crease, what have you. I'm actually gonna zoom out a little bit. This is a little too much for me. There's my cat. Taking the shimmery shade right here, and then just popping that on my lid, you know, using my fingers. Ugh. I love a good shimmer. I love a good champagne shimmer. It's my entire life is a blinding champagne shimmer on my my upper lids. And of course, inner corners. We always do inner corners. And because I'm a millennial, I'm also gonna, you know, pop a little bit onto that eyebrow. We always do this. All right, now that our upper lid along the lash line is highlighted to all hell, I'm gonna go ahead and go into my, wait for it, ancient naked palette. You can come for me in the comments, but this bitch is my ride or die. Just so you can see how much I've panned this thing. Okay, this is the shade Sin, which I have refilled, I think like 2 to 3 times, like I have in individual packets. So I've gone through like 3 full individuals of the shade Sin for that very reason in my lifetime. And then of course we've got Sidecar, good old Sidecar, and then, oh my God, Toasted, clinging on for dear life. Absolutely fighting for her life, but we're gonna use her today because I'm getting every last drop out of Toasted because it's discontinued. There's still some. All right, okay, so now I'm gonna do my crease. I think I might have to use my mirror here, but I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm just gonna like go very gently along my crease and give it this kind of, you know, just nice little line, and then I'm gonna buff that out just a little bit so that it gets onto this kind of puffy part of my eyelid. And then I always do a nice little, get that into the outer corner. All right, so this is what it looks like before I blended it out. And by blending it out, I really mean like taking my pinky and fixing the super harsh lines. All right, there we go. One eye done. And yeah, I just really like the dimension that it adds to my eyelid crease. And if anyone knows a good dupe for Sin, please let me know. Sorry, oh my god, toasted. All right, time for the other eye. So I literally just draw like a line. And then I go in on the lash line, connect the two, and then we do the little smudging. And maybe draw a little bit more on the lid where we need to. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is go back to my little e.l.f. mini, and I'm gonna take a teeny tiny brush on the darkest shade. Normally I would, if it was like you know, more than coffee shop makeup, I would do a black eyeliner. My eyes are pretty darn near black, so I always love a black eyeliner. But today, you know, we're just doing coffee shop makeup, so little teeny tiny. So we're gonna go ahead and pop that toilet paper on because we've already done our base, so Fallout is a no-no. I love this show, love Fallout, but not on my face. On my eye. And just ever so delicately doing the lash line. I'm gonna do a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Just the subtlest little wing. Not even, barely a wing. I don't even know if she counts as a wing. Right now I'm gonna do the other one. Okay, I accidentally did more of a wing on this eye, so I'm gonna try and fix that a little. Got the wings. Eyes are now looking sufficiently dark and mysterious. So, and now it's time to just curl my eyelashes and put on a little bit of mascara. When you curl your lashes, you never just want to curl them like one and done. You always want to go kind of up and out so that they get a curve, you know, a whole curve. Still probably can't see my eyelashes, but it's doing something. I'm using the Shiseido eyelash curler. Oh, love this, love her. She's amazing. Okay, eyelashes are curled. So now I'm just gonna put a little bit of mascara on. And I'm just gonna use a little bit of Glossier Lash Slick. Because I'm going for more of a coffee shop makeup, I'm not trying to have like too much lashes going on. So usually I don't like this, but on days like today where I just need like a little bit, then this is pretty good. My camera is doing very odd things with focusing. I don't really know why, because I still don't know how to use a camera. But honey, we're living, we're learning, we're growing. And then, okay, I always have to get the very tips, very edges of my lashes because they're not great. They're slacking. They're severely slacking. So literally just piling on like clumps onto the edges so that I can then. One thing that nobody talks about is how different it is doing your makeup on camera versus just like doing it in the mirror, you know, like doing it for yourself. Doing makeup for an audience is something I'm really not used to, so it's been a whole journey just trying to figure out, like, girlies, where are you putting your mirrors? I don't understand. I see these behind the scenes videos of like, oh, here's my, you know, YouTube setup, here's how I film my videos. And they just have this tiny little desk mirror like off to the side. And I'm like, how do you do your makeup? How do you see yourself? I mean, because I can use the camera, which is what I'm doing right now, but I still have to like check in an actual mirror to make sure it looks good. So I don't know, if you're a beauty YouTuber, email me. All right, this is taking really slowly, so I'm just gonna speed up a little here. So for the lips, I'm just gonna do CoverGirl Outlast Lip Stain, and these are amazing. What can I say? I love them. Let me zoom in a little. Ah! Okay, here we go. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to connect my kind of inner lip line where it's really full to the outer lip line that I'm using on the very bottom. Honestly, I think that's pretty good. I do a really light lip. I'm just gonna top that with some Sarah Happ lip slip, which I just got in like a random store somewhere. All right, so there we have it. Oh my God, it's a journey. We're living, we're learning, laughing. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is my coffee shop makeup look where it's pretty minimal. You know, there's not a ton going on in terms of makeup artistry, but it just gives, you know, a nice little kind of extra, you know, lips, a little bit of cheeks, a little bit of eyes. Take my hair down. And we're done. We're done. Oh my God, that was so hard. Everyone else who does this, amazing. I'm so impressed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go read my book in a coffee shop and be like, ooh, girl, she's kind of cute. All right, bye. I appreciate you.